I train people how to find rent-to-rent deals, good deals that don't cost an arm and a leg to set up. So as far as setting up a business, as building yourself a business, it can cost you a fortune out there, depending on the industry that you're in. You need inventory, you need stock, you need premises, you need all of those things. You don't need all of those things when it comes to rent. All you really need is to know what you're doing, is to be able to set the properties up for whatever strategy it is you're wanting to do. And if you're doing rent and you're offering your landlords a guaranteed rent, you will probably or more than likely be looking at serviced accommodation, holiday lets, Airbnb type properties, or HMOs, houses of multiple occupation, where you will be letting the properties out on a room by room basis. So you may not need a big pot of money to get started. Now, serviced accommodation may cost you a little bit more than taking on existing HMOs. Why? Because HMOs that are existing are of course already set up. They should have all the compliances in place. They should have, all the documentations, the licenses and all of that, and probably furniture and things. Now, sometimes the furniture can be a little old. Sometimes if it's old students, it can be mismatched and you may want to put some new furniture in there. But there's ways that you can budget for this. There's ways that you can do this that don't cost you a fortune. And the same goes for serviced accommodation, of course, as well. If you take on a property that is potentially already empty, you will have to furnish it. Now, you might need a better spec, so to speak, when it comes to serviced accommodation, because you really want it to be sort of bespoke and depending on the type of clientele that you're going to be marketing to, but it's still a relatively small outlay, a relatively small cost.